Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome to this tutorial where I'm solving the IGCSE ICT past paper, the May-June 2016 paper 2. In the last video we were looking at databases and we ended on step 24. Couldn't continue looking at that video or going to step 25 because of time, so we had to stop the video. So in this video today I'm gonna be continuing with step number 25, and we are going to produce a report in this video, and then after step 25 we'll also produce an extract, and that should be it before in the next video we do document production again, and then mail merge, and lastly presentation. So we still have about 3 more videos that we're supposed to do before we finish this paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and do reports, database reports, step 25. Okay, so in case you're just joining me on this in this video, I did download my files that I need to work with for this paper. Okay, so these are the source files, and we have already done a couple of things. We've done document production and databases. We have our evidence document here, and we have our newsletter, the one that we produced in the first video, and also we have what we've been working with in the database section. This time we produced a form as well as queries, and imported 2 tables and all. So with that said, let's quickly dive into what we're supposed to look at today. Okay, so step 25 says using fields from both the J216 add sports and the J216 ratings table. Okay, produce a report which contains one, a new field called daily costs, which is calculated at runtime and displayed as currency. This field will calculate the cost divided by duration. Okay, so we also need to show only the records where type is water, residential is yes, duration is 12 days or less, and includes those activities located in Scotland. Okay, so then also need to show only the fields costs, cost code, location, activity, level, duration, residential, daily cost in this particular order. Okay, and the labels that they are fully displayed. Okay, and may I just pause here and say something, guys, that the order of the fields that you need to show is very important. There is a single mark, I'm sure, that is given just to arrange these in the order that they have been given. Please don't change the order. Okay, don't just pick up anything as long as it appears here. You need to follow this particular order. Okay, and I'll show you a quick way of doing that, just to follow the particular order. And so the other thing that you guys need to be aware of, let me see. Okay, let's go to the next point. It says sorts the data into ascending order of activity within ascending order of location. Now this is very important, guys. Let it not confuse you. You're supposed to sort activity within ascending order of location, meaning you first of all sort the location. Okay, once the location is sorted, and then you can sort the activity. Okay, I hope that is clear. And then you should have a page orientation of landscape, and it should fit on a single page wide. Calculates the total number of course codes in this selection and position this number under the course code column. Okay, and also it should have a label called total water codes to the right of this number, and this one is very interesting, guys. I'll show you a trick on how to do this one, but you need to be very careful, because usually when the first thing that you do when you're working with control boxes in Access, most labels are on the left, and then the text box is on the right. But in this case, they want us to have the label on the right and the text box on the left. So there is a trick that you're supposed to do in order to swap the label and the text box, and I'll show you just in a while. Okay, so then the other one is includes the report title, residential water activities, at the top of the page, and you should have your name, center number, and candidate number at the bottom of the report. This is this has to do with the footer of the report. Okay, and then you need to save and print the report. So this is what we are going to do in this section, and Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is that the order in which you start out these fields really doesn't matter. You can pick up which fields are easier to do. Like for me, I love first of all to spot out which task here I can work with in a query, and then the other one, then I can just go and import the query into my report. Okay, so it's very important, guys, that you identify what works out for you. I've noticed myself like working with queries, first of all, extracting the exact data that I need and finding all these other things stuff. It's much easier for me, and then I can just go ahead and import my query fields into my database or my report. Okay, so the first thing that we're supposed to do is to create a query. First of all, you need to be ticking which tasks you would have done. In my opinion, the first 4 tasks can be done in a query, because one, in a query you can create a new field that is run at runtime. You can also show or select a specified field based on certain criteria in a query, and you can also select the fields that needs to be displayed, and you can also do sorting in the query. So these 4 can be done in the query, and I can use the query that I create now to do the last 6. Okay, in the report. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to go into my Access, and we need to import the fields that we have there. So what I'm going to do is just to let me see if wish I could print this paper so that I have just something that I can look up as I'm looking at these activities here. Nevertheless, let that not disturb us. We'll continue either way. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead into my Access and go to create, and we're going to create using a query wizard and simple query. Say OK, and we are supposed to select things, stuff from the table, the 2 tables that we have. So let's go back here and see what we can select. So what I wanted to say, guys, is that I want to start with these fields that are supposed to be the first ones, that are supposed to follow a particular order. Then all these other fields that need like type and all this other stuff, they don't really matter. What matters first of all is that I have followed this order, and then any other field that follows on the right of this, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to start with these fields: course code, location, activity, level, duration, residential, and daily costs. Okay, as the first fields that I want to do. So what I'm going to do is to put so let's say I will start with course code. Okay, since it's the first one, and then I'll go to location, and then I'll go to activity, and then level. So level is not in this table, so I need to switch the tables, go to the other table where level is. Okay, so where is my where is my form now? Okay, can't seem. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's go to the other table. So you will pardon me, guys, my computer is kind of acting up. I left it on the whole night and just made it sleep, and I came back, switched it on, and the stuff is still there. So there have been quite some number of stuff running in the background, and so it may be a little bit okay. So let's say level after activity, and then we go back to the other table and we pick up duration, and we pick up residential, and we need daily costs. Okay, so daily cost will be the other field that we need, but daily cost is supposed to be run at runtime, so I don't really mind about it. For now, I'm just going to focus on these. So just verify one more time that these course or these fields are actually in the order that the question paper asks you. So course code, location, activity, level, duration, residential, and then you have course code, location, activity, level, duration, residential, and they are perfectly fine. So there are other fields also that we can put there, like type and all these other things, but for the sake of the query following the order, I think I'm just gonna have to work with these. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on next, and then next again, and modify query. And I don't need to have a name for this query, so let me just say finish. Okay, so the other thing, guys, that I want to point out here is that these fields are in the order. There is one more field that we have yet put, and that is daily cost, and we need to put it right there. So daily cost is a field that is calculated at runtime, and it is based on the cost code divided by the duration. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So cost code is gonna be the square brackets mean you are referring to so that's cost code. Okay, so the square bracket means you're referring to the field, the value that is going to be contained in a field. Okay, so then cost code, and next is divided by, again, the square brackets mean so duration, I'm referring to this one here. So I hit enter key, and then you see it will write expression 1. So where it says expression 1 here, above there, I'm just going to click there and put daily cost as the name. Okay, the name of the field that is run at runtime. Okay, so let's try to see if we can run this and see if it can work. Okay, so it does work. Okay, except that the values for no, I did mix up something here, guys. Let me just go back here. We see that there is error here. I think I entered cost code instead of cost. Okay, let me just go back here and check it. Yeah, I entered cost code. Okay, it's supposed to be cost. Okay, cost. Now you notice also that when I do that cost here and I click on run, it does pick up the values and it makes that there. Okay, so let's go back to design view, and we need to change some properties. Remember, all currency values must be so let's go to the property of daily cost. They must be displayed as euro, and they must have 2 decimal places. Okay, 2 decimal places. And so let's go ahead and run it again, and you'll see that they are euro and correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's perfect. So let's go back to design view again. Now we need to add on the new fields that we need to in order to extract the exact information, because as it is, this table is so big. Okay, it's so big. There's just so many records that are in here, because we have not yet filtered out the information that we want. So what I want to do is to go ahead and look at the conditions that are given to me in order to filter. So we are done with number 1. We are done with number 4, this one. And what we need to do now is to get this. So we need a field like type. We need residential is there. We need duration is there, and we need activity, rather location, because this is Scotland and location is there. So location, also activity, not activity, but residential and duration are there. So the only field that we need is type. Okay, so we have to find out which table this field is coming from, type. So an easier way that you can do that is really just come here, and then we need to put a field at the end here called type. So what you do, you select a table. So let's say, suppose it came from J216 ratings, of which I doubt, but let's say it came from there. And once you select the table there, just try to type the name of that field. Okay, so just try to say type, and you see that it doesn't appear there because type is not part and parcel of that. So let's go ahead and select a different table. Let's say J216 ad sport, and type. Try to type, and you see that type is there because it is been highlighted in black. Okay, so type is there, and we see that, but we don't want type to be shown, so we have to make sure that it is unchecked. We're just going to use the criteria. So on the criteria for type, we need to make sure that type is water. Okay, so just type water under criteria, because that's what the question says. If you go back here, you're saying type is supposed to be water. So let's go ahead and put residential, yes. Duration is 12 days or less, and it excludes, okay, please take note here, this doesn't include, this excludes activities located in Scotland. So anything that has to do with Scotland, we have to eliminate that. Okay, so let's go back here, and let's go. Residential is supposed to be, criteria for residential is supposed to be yes. Okay, and duration is supposed to be 12 or less, so less or equal to 12. Okay, then let's scroll to the left, so that we see what else is there. Scroll to the left. I don't know, for some reason my computer keeps on freezing. Okay, okay, there you go. Okay, so level, then let's see, left activity. Okay, so let's see, we have residential, yes. Okay, duration less or equal to 12, and then the last one is location, which is supposed to be equal to, or which is supposed to exclude Scotland. So the way you can do that, usually if it was supposed to be just Scotland, would have just said Scotland. Okay, if it was going to be equal to Scotland, would have just said Scotland. But because it's not equal to Scotland, we'll say not Scotland, and then put some space there. So the moment you do that and just click anywhere else, automatically access the text that you're saying, hey, you don't want anything that has to do with Scotland, so you say no, not Scotland. Okay, and so let's go back here and check if we have done that. So we've done type is water, we've done residential is yes, we've done duration is 12 days or less, and we've done also activity located in Scotland. We've done the daily cost is supposed to be cost divided by duration, and then we've done also the sorting out, rather the showing of the fields that we only need. The only thing we haven't yet done from the query is to sort out this data into ascending order of activity within ascending order of location. So let's go back and see if it's possible to sort activity within location. So what happens is that when you put let's say ascending, okay, in ascending order of location, so the second one here will be within the sorting when after this location has been done. So the sorting starts with the order, like from the query, the sorting starts in the order of the first field that is encountered. It will sort that field, then the next field. So this is why it's possible to sort this right from the query, query. Okay, and if you can sort it out, let's say location was where activity is, and activity was where location is, and we used to ask to sort activity in the within location, the ascending order of location, then we should have sorted it out in the query wizard for the report. Okay, and I'll show you where you could have sorted it out from there, and it is still going to work out perfectly. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to sort ascending order activity, sort activity in ascending order within ascending order of location, which means after location has been sorted in ascending order, then sort activity in ascending order also. I hope, guys, this is very clear. If you're not clear, please pause this video or rewind it and try to understand what I'm talking about here. You're sorting activity within ascending order of location. So that means location first of all will have to be sorted in ascending order, and then after the sorting, and then again activity will have to be sorted again in ascending order. Okay, so that should be perfect, right? Okay, so so we are done with all the steps so far from the query. Let's see if so we're done with all the 4 steps for the query. So let's just test that our query is working perfectly before we can go to produce a report for the last 6 items here based on the query that would have created above there. So let's go ahead and run this query, and you'll see that we'll have residential is yes, okay, all the way yes, and duration is less or equal to 12. That should be fine. The highest number you should be able to see here is 12, and location, you should not see Scotland in this location. So right now you can tell that there's no Scotland whatsoever in this location. And then the other thing that we were supposed to look at is that the type is water. Okay, so type, since we have not yet shown the field type, we didn't show the field type. We opted to have it not shown, so that should be fine as well. So let me just go back here and click here, or let's go back to design view. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so what I want to do now, this query is working perfectly, and what I want to do now is to build a report based on this query. So I'm going to go on create, because we need now to go to this section. Let me just go back here. We need now to get these last 6 items. The last 6 items, we need to do them in the query report wizard. Okay, so let's go back here and create, and then report with a wizard, and save. Okay, so the other thing that I would want to do is to save, to close these other tables, but it's still fine. So let's go ahead and pick up all these fields that are there because they are based on the query. So the query is add sports query, and it's the only thing that is there. I confirm again that the order is as it is supposed to be. So where's my thing now? Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna select all these fields that are here. Okay, so just click on the bottom 2 arrows there, and all the fields are there. So cost code, location, activity level, duration, residential, and daily cost. Okay, and so click on next, and then again click on next, and then click on next again. Now this is where I was saying that suppose this was supposed to be in the order of something else, like activity was the one supposed to be sorted first, and then location was to be sorted second. This is where you can change it. So here you can select activity. Okay, here you can select activity, and then on the second one you can go ahead and select location on the second one here. Okay, so this is how you can go ahead and do that. Okay, but now we don't need to sort here because we've already sorted out in that order first. So I'll just skip this stage and go ahead to next, and then the layout of the report. How do I want this report to be? I'm going to choose columnar. Okay, I'm going to choose columnar. No, not columnar. I'm going to choose tabular, because I'm going to choose tabular because just in case I need because tabular, what happens is the orange part here is showing you that you need to put the heading there, and these are this is the title, and these are column headings, and then this is the field. Okay, so the other thing, guys, that you notice is that we need to set here on this page the orientation. Okay, so we make sure that the orientation is of landscape. So let's go back and change that orientation is landscape, and then also we need to make sure that the fields fit on a single page. Okay, so the page this single page wide. Now guys, this is very important. We're not talking about the whole report fitting on one page, but we're talking about the width of the page from the left to the right. The information should not overflow onto the second paper. Okay, so this is very important. So how you do that, you need just to make sure that you adjust the field width so that all fields fit on a page. Okay, so this is perfect. So you need to make sure that this is checked, and then next. And then we need to give the title for the report. What is the title for the report? Let's go back here. The title for the report is report title is residential. So I'm just gonna copy this residential residential activities. I click copy and go back here and put the title there. Control V on your keyboard and you paste it there. And then click on modify the report because we want to modify this report, and click on finish. Right. So we have the report already set up here. And the first thing that we can do is to preview this report and really just find out if it does appear the way it is supposed to appear. So go on preview report and you automatically see that we have the report title there and the cost codes, whatever, but you'll notice also that there's too much space in between these fields. So one thing we want to do is to reduce the space, and also the text here, the label here is the column heading is not very visible for residential and location. I don't know if it's location or whatever this one is. It is not so visible, so we need to make sure that we change this so that it is very visible. Okay, so let's go back here to design view, and then we're going to get this and get that, and then drag it all the way to the left. Okay, and then get location and get this one as well and drag it all the way to the left as well. And because we need space, so we just reduce the size here again. So let's just verify that these two actually that we've worked with, they are perfect. Okay, so that should be fine. At least the space has been, but again you notice that there is space in between here. So again we can resize these so that they fit the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to design view. Design view, and then let's drag this again. Just drag it all the way here, and then drag the level, and then we reduce the size for the level. Okay, that should be fine. Let's close this property sheet so that we have that, and then we get this one, the duration. Just put it there. Now duration is supposed to be, just make sure that the heading is visible. Okay, and then get this one, residential, and drag it as well so that the field name is visible, and then daily cost also just put it there. Okay, so let's preview it and see if it is perfect. Okay, so we see that it is good, quite good. Okay, at least all the field names are visible, and yeah, the field headings are visible, so that should be fine. Okay, I don't have any problem with that. If you want, you can also reduce the page itself, but for now that should be fine. Let's just go back to design, and then the next thing that I'm supposed to do is to make sure that so in the page header we have this, in the details we have this, and then the page footer we have that. So let's go ahead and check out what we need to do now for that. So we're done with orientation landscape, we're done with single page wide, and then we need to put now calculate the total number of codes in this selection and position this under the cost code column. So what this means is that we're supposed to calculate how many course codes we have in this report. Okay, so if you came here and you preview this, you're supposed to calculate, these are the course codes, so you're supposed to calculate how many you have: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and so on and so forth. But you guys, you cannot manage to count all these and just put there. We need a formula which can calculate automatically these codes that are here. So this is what we are going to do here. So let's go back to design view, and under the report footer, so I'm just gonna get this, drag it down there. Okay, drag it here, and under the report footer I'm going to put a control box. Okay, this is a label, this is a text box, so I'll put a text box, click on it, and just draw it like that. Okay, so you have text this side, and you have there, so the text is supposed to be let me see, the text that's supposed to be there for the label. The text is supposed to be the label is supposed to be total water codes, total of this. Okay, so total water codes. Okay, so let's go back. The label is supposed to be total water codes. Okay, and then the value, so let me just resize this. Okay, so the value is supposed to be equal to now the counting of the course code. Okay, so we are going to say count. Okay, and then put the two brackets there, open and close parentheses. So this is the count function, guys, and you find this one in Excel where you guys say count a, count if, count, and stuff like that. But here, what are we counting? Then we specify the fields. We're accessing the values that are contained in a field. So we specify a field by using open and close square brackets, and then we put the name of the field that we want. In this case, we want course underscore code. Okay, so these two. So just go ahead and now preview and scroll down. Okay, then you notice that the count is 42 and it has been counted. Okay, so now notice that the question tells us here something here. It says that calculates the total number of course codes in this section and position this number under the course code column. Okay, so we are saying that this number 42 is supposed to be under the course code column. The course code column is the first column, so in other words we expect 42 to be just directly under 29. You understand? Okay, so what we're supposed to do, the other thing that we're supposed to do also is to check there. It says has a label total codes water codes to the right of this number. Which number? The number 42 that is calculated there. So what this practically is entailing that you need to swap 42 comes where total cost is, total water codes is, because it is the one which is directly just under the course code field, and then where this 42 is, that's where water codes should come, because it should be to the right of this number. I hope that is clear, guys. If you don't understand, please go rewind this video and you're going to do this. So guys, what you're supposed to do here really is to swap these two boxes. Okay, so you need to make sure that this other field or this other box, you swap it and it comes to the right, and this other one goes to the left. So how you're supposed to do that is to, let me just take it a little bit to my right so that you're able to see. Now if you try to drag this, let's say you drag it anywhere, just click on it, drag it, just wait, my computer is frozen a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead again, drag it. You see that it moves together with that. So if you try again to drag this to the left, you also notice that it moves together with that total cost label. Okay, so what are we supposed to do really to make sure that only one of these moves? Okay, so you click where you click select this and click where you see the gray shading, the gray box there, and take your cursor there and click and hold once you have that, and then take it to the right. Okay, so because my computer is freezing and it's performing and all, but I'm determined to record this for you guys so that you pass with A stars your exams. So I'll continue and I'll be just patient. So drag it and you notice that I have swapped these two, and this one comes to the right because I just clicked there. Notice also that this course code is quite big, so it's still fine. Let me not modify it, but you've seen that I've swapped it and that's gone to the right. So what I'm going to do now is to take directly this course code, just take it here. It should be direct under the course code field. Okay, and you'll see that it comes there. So let's go ahead and preview this in our report. Scroll down and perfect, you will see that 42 is arranged there, but this is right aligned. Okay, this is right aligned. We can make it left aligned just to make it a little bit interesting. Okay, so let's go back here to the design view. Let's go first of all to the question paper and see if we need to show evidence of the formula used to calculate the total number of activities. Okay, so we need to show evidence. So we cannot resize this. We cannot resize this, because once we try to resize and reduce the box, then we hide the formula and it's not going to be visible. So the only thing that you can do to make sure that the formula is visible, or rather the number 42 is not aligned to the right, because once it is aligned to the right, it's looking like let's just see. So take this to the right so that this one is visible, and take this just about there so that course code is visible. So let me just take it a little bit to the right, this one, and enlarge this one just a little bit. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so what I want to do now, if you preview this once more, let's go to report view, scroll down, you will notice that the code is to the right. Okay, and it somewhat looks as though it's under the location, but we want it to be on the left. So what we can do is go back to design view, and you can either sort this. Am I in design view? No, I'm not. Let's go back to design view, get this, and then let's see under home what we have, and put it on the left. Okay, alignment left. Let's go preview again and you see that the number is now directly under that. But again, the space, I don't like the space and the total, that's too far. So what you can do, the other thing that you can do, guys, is to reduce the size of this. But when taking the image, rather the evidence screenshot, remember we're supposed to get a screenshot evidence that we use the formula. So in order to do that, you need to make sure that that is. So let me see, print out number one, save and print your report. Okay, so let's just go ahead and find out if we have left it. So we're done with calculating the total cost, or the total codes, the total number of codes, and then we've done putting a label to the right of this number. We are done putting the residential water activity. We did this when we were creating the report, and then we need to put center number, candidate number at the bottom of the report. So at the bottom of the report, which is in the report footer rather, we need to put so let's go back to design view. And the bottom of this, we need to put a label, and this label will be there maybe, and it should carry my name, let's say Chikasa Evans, and it should carry M556, and then it should be 0001. Okay, my candidate number. Okay, so that should be perfect. So just resize this again just to make it a little bit interesting. And then the other thing is that I don't need this date field, so I was not asked to put any dates, so I'm going to remove that. And then the page number, I don't know if I have multiple pages when I print this, or I'll have just a single page, but most likely I'll have a single page. Okay, so so that is done. So what I'm going to do now, I've been asked to print this. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just resize this. Okay, just draw it back until it is somewhere there, and just take this closer. I know when it comes to take evidence screenshot of this, but I just want to make sure that before I print this, when I look at it, scroll down, at least we are 42, and the total cost, at least it is closer here. Okay, it is showing you that it's that, and then you have the name, your name at the bottom of the report footer. The other thing, guys, that I wanted to make mention here is that remember Cambridge says that no paper is going to be marked that doesn't have your name in the page or report footer. So you're supposed to put despite having in the report footer your name or candidate detail, you're also supposed to put your name in the report or page footer, guys. This is very important. So it will appear as though you have got two details or names and stuff, but that doesn't matter. So what I'm going to go back here to design view, and click there, just copy this. Okay, just click, copy it, and go to the page footer and paste it there. Okay, so you have two names there. So you have always remember that you must have your details in the page footer for any of your papers to be marked by Cambridge. If you don't have that, then Cambridge is not going to mark that. So go ahead and preview that, and automatically you notice that on your document you're going to have two names. Okay, so just go report view, and then scroll down. You notice that you have that, and then you have in your footer also your name. Your name could have also been in the header if you wanted, but that doesn't matter, as long as in the footer or in the report footer you do have your name. Okay, in the page footer rather. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so the question says that we are supposed to print this. So I feel we're done with this. You can just go ahead and confirm that we are done with all of this. Don't worry. Then the next step says save and print your report. Okay, so make sure that your center name, center number, and candidate number that you've entered on your report. Okay, so we've done that. We've made sure that that is done, and then you guys can go ahead and print this. I'm not going to print this for the sake of time, but you can go ahead, go on file and print, and just select the printer that you want to print, and then you can go on next. Okay, so let's see, where am I now? Okay, let's go back. Go on view and then design view. So the next step that we're supposed to do really is just evidence 10, place in your evidence document screenshots showing the formula used in the calculated total number of activities. So again, guys, this is where I was saying that we didn't have to reduce the size, because if we go to design view, you see that the formula is not totally visible. So we don't want that. So what I'm going to do is to just resize this and make it a little bit larger. okay, and then get this and drag it to the right again, so that the formula is visible. And then what I'm gonna do is to get a screenshot of this, okay, just get a screenshot of this, okay, just say this, okay, this is the formula that I used, so get a screenshot. Okay, the question tells us to place in evidence showing the formula you use to calculate the total number of activities. So in the evidence document, evidence of formula used, I'll paste it there, and so that is the formula, okay, course code and that. So you may not even need the right hand part there, because that's not part of the formula. It's just the label, so you can crop it out just to remain with that, okay. So that should be fine, guys. Let's go back to the question paper. Step 26, produce an extract from all the data which selects only those activities which include ski or snow located in France, where the rating is 5, and it shows the field, only the field's activity cost code, cost in this order, and it sorts the cost in descending order. Okay, so what it's supposed to do now is to produce a query. An extract, guys, could be a query. Remember, a query is sort of a statement or a program that is used to extract data from a database. Okay, a query. There are different kinds of queries, guys. This is, I know this is not part of the lesson, but I just want to make mention that there are different kinds of queries. There are queries that are known as action queries, and there are queries that are known as selection queries. Okay. And action queries are those queries that are required to perform an action on a data, for example, on a database rather. For example, things like a query to delete data. That's an action query, rather. Okay. And then there is also other queries that are used to search for data, like a select query, like where you want to retrieve all boys that are aged between 15 and 18 years. Okay. So that is a selection query. Okay. So in this case, we've been asked to create a selection query. Okay. And in this case, we want only to extract activities which include ski or snow, and the location is France, and then where the rating is 5. And then we should only show the field's activity, course code, and cost in this order, and we sort the cost in descending order. So let's go ahead and create a query which can do these activities here. So save this, because we're done with this section. Go create, and then query wizard, and then okay, then select from the table that you want. Okay, so we want from the table, you need to select the table, guys, not just anything else. Select the table, and then you need to select first of all the order of the fields. So the field starts with activity, and then you go to course code, and then you go to cost. Just these three. Okay, they are the ones that are needed there. Okay, in this order. So which means the order has been followed. Okay, so the next thing that we're supposed to do also is to we can include another field called location, just for us when we location and rating. Okay, just for us to then we'll hide them. Okay, so say include location and include rating, because we want these two there. Okay, so if you go back here, you'll see you have location and you've got rating. So we want these two. Activity, we already have it. Okay, so let's go back again to here, and then go to next, and then next, and then modify the query and finish. Okay, so there you go with it. So what you don't want this to show, and you don't want this to show. So again, what we want is that the activities should be only ski or snow. Okay, so the activity should contain anything to do with ski or snow. Okay, so what you do here, you can go ahead and preview this. I don't know if it will run. Yeah, it will run. Just click there and double click there, and you notice that you have these are the different activities. Okay, so you have ski, the snow. Okay, you notice also that some of these activities, some words like ski is being found in between different phrases. Okay, and then you also have snow also been found, like here you have snow showing snowboarding, snow, whatever. So whatever has to do with snow, we did that. And then you have kite skiing there, and you have ski jumping here, or sky jumping, but ski. Okay, so you have that, and so you see that this one is the first one. In this case, this one, kite ski is happening in between some text. So you should know that there is a way of doing that. So the best way of doing that is using wildcards, and you guys, I'm sure you learned about how to use wildcards when sorting out activities. So let's find out criteria. It's supposed to be, so what you do is you include, you just put asterisk ski, okay, like that. So what this means, why you might type in that, okay, it's supposed to be ski like that, okay. It's supposed to be enclosed in the asterisk symbols or the stars, okay. What those mean is that ignore what comes first. If there is a word in between, I don't mind, and if there is a word after, I don't mind, okay, as long as the pattern is that it should have some ski in between. So then, or again, or snow, okay. Again, what this means is that ignore what comes before snow, ignores what comes after snow. Everything that comes doesn't matter, as long as it contains snow, pick it, okay. That's what this means. So just doing these two, and then automatically Access will add on something for you. It will say like ski or like snow, and it will put ski in double quotes, and you put snow also in double quotes. So that doesn't really matter, okay, because Access automatically does that. But you should know that you're supposed to put a text that you are searching is supposed to be put in commas. Is it not commas? Inverted commas, yeah. Quotation marks. Okay, so let's go back here. So we are done with this one. We're supposed to set location to 5 and rating to 5. Location rather to France and rating to 5. So location, set it to France, and rating, set it to 5. Go ahead and run this. You see that you have location France and rating 5, and you see ski jumping or sky jumping, and then snow whatever, then snowboarding and snow kiting and all these other things, okay. So snow kiting. Oh, good. Right, so I'm done with this part, but what I need to do, guys, now is to eliminate now the activities we've not done this one. We need to sort it out in the descending order of cost. Okay, so let's go cost, go back to design view, and cost is this one, and sort it in descending order. So we need now to hide location because we don't need it to show. It's not part of those that needs to show. Also rating, and then from there we need to run that, and this is just what we have. These three are enough. Okay, so the next thing that we're supposed to do, let's go back to the question paper, is to place evidence in a screenshot showing the criteria that we use to select the required records. Okay, so go back here to that, and then take it to design view, and then show this evidence here, the criteria. So just get this, okay, just get this just up to here. This is what we used to extract that. So just copy this, and when you copy it, let's go back to the evidence document and place it under evidence 11 and paste it there. So this is what we have. Let's go back to the question paper, and I think we are done with a section on data manipulation. Okay, so the next part that we're supposed to do is pretty one, a short one, but I don't know if I should connect it to this video. Let me just check how much time I've utilized in this video so that it's not too long. This is 49 minutes. Okay, so I don't know if I should record the section on task 4 in this same video. I should do task 4 from a separate video. I don't know if I should do that. Let's see. What should I do? God help us. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, guys, is to continue with this video so that in the next video, Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to end this video here. So what I've decided to do is to I'll do this section of task 4 in the next video together with MailMage. Okay, so that we go back to document production. But in this section, I'm just gonna end with data manipulation. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. And I encourage you to subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. Like it, comment, share with your friends, share with your teachers, and I wish you the best as you revise in readiness for exams in just a couple of weeks from now. Okay, so I'll see you soon in the next video. Right, ciao.